This time of year is good for me because I'm working out, I'm golfing, I'm doing this and doing that, you know. But yeah, that's if I don't keep moving, you know, my colors get tight. I know I was picking them up last night. Did you forget to put them all away? Yeah. You did? Hmm? Did we forget to have cleanup last night?
But Sophie got them.
Oh, it was Sophie that did it. I figured it was Sophie. Wouldn't have been you, huh?
Yeah, because
Sophie got them out.
maybe it's a little.
See, Alana does no wrong, but she loves to throw Sophie under the bus.
Maybe it's a little bit of my mess.
I don't have any harness racing background at all as far as, you know, father in the business, grandfather in the business. My dad bought a couple horses as a hobby. And I was, I used to ride in 4-H, Western, English, stuff like that. And I went to the track with him and watched the races, and I got hooked like immediately. I knew what I wanted to do pretty much the first time I saw a harness race. I just needed, you know, I needed a good foundation and people to teach me. When I started racing, like 30 years ago, I moved to Washington. And I've been here ever since. I took one stint where I went to the Meadowlands for a meet and trained some horses up there, but this has been home. No, that was the tough decision, you know, when slots were teetering whether we were going to stay here or head out east. You know, it was very tough which way to go, and I think we made the right decision staying home. I have a brother, Michael, who trains a stable at the Meadows, so, you know, and we want to get together.
What they do, they eat breakfast every morning on their picnic table together, huh? Usually watch their show or a movie. Mommy sits here and supervises to make sure we keep our hands to ourselves. They're good girls. Huh? What movie did you pick this morning? What's it called? Little Mermaid 3? Sophie, how old are you?
She's on an antibiotic all the time. Oh, here it is. Okay, here we go.
Can you meow too? Dad, Sophie, go get Dad in here.
Here, Soph. Good girl.
Good girl.
That's it, you little ham. Kitties, dogs, cats, like a zoo here. This is the room I hate more than any room in the house, right here. You look around and you see little brown jugs and stuff like that, and you think, well, if you want to race in these races, you got to put the work in. Probably the worst run I had was I fractured my femur in 40 places, and I had to have a rod in my hip and screws in my knee and hip, and they thought I was going to be out. I was so sick because I had so many good horses lined up that year, and they thought I was going to miss my first Adios in a while, and it was pretty depressing. But Bethann's an occupational therapist by trade, so she was, you know, she's so positive, and she put me back together, and the incredible thing was I was back racing from the broken femur in 7 weeks, which is maybe my biggest accomplishment ever. I owe John Campbell quite a bit of credit because John would call and check on me, and you know, he'd been through similar with his knee. So excited for the Lexington meet, and the night before the Lexington meet, I was driving in the Jug Preview at Scioto, and I accepted a catch drive, and don't you know that the horses went down in front of me, and I actually broke my shoulder that night. And I told the doctor, well, how much damage could I do if I could just tough it out through this and race these horses? He says, well, I definitely don't recommend it, but he said, there's really nothing I can do as far as setting it, or, you know, it just has to heal on its own. So I drove, I'm sure it wasn't fair to the trainers, but I drove that next night at Lexington in excruciating pain. But we got through the card somehow, and, you know, I did drive that night with a broken shoulder and continued through the Little Brown Jug and stuff like that. But that was probably the worst run of luck. That's the worst part about my job is every morning I wake up and I have to piss somebody off, you know, when I do my doubles. You can only drive one horse, so it's really tough in the stake races because you drive for a lot of the top guys, and, you know, if you burn one of those accounts up, a lot of times with all the talent that's out there, you're not going to get them back. So you make your picks and you live with them, that's all. You know, I'm really being lazy today. I never even looked. I'm just going to wing it. This ought to be real good. Hey, Gary, Dave Palone. I'll go with Althea N. Okay, sounds good. Thank you. Alrighty, bye. That's it. I had 2 AE move in, so I didn't have any real tough decisions. Sometimes you'll get a call late when drivers have conflicts, or if they have a double in a race, you'll get a call late and I'll try and figure out how I can get here or there. That's a tough part of the job too, because a lot of times I'll be looking for a plane, and it's very easy for the guys out east to just get a plane together, and 4 or 5 of them jump on the plane and go together. And but for me out here, usually I'm traveling by myself, so I've got to find my way around with a plane or whatever. Thank God for Bethann, though. I'll tell you the truth, you know, like some of those nights you come home from racing or whatever and you are just totally beat up, and Daddy, let's go do this, let's go do this, let's go do this, and you're ready for an ambulance. Every morning it's the same routine with TV. It's Good Morning America, for sure. And then I go from there to Kelly. Like the toughest days I have are the days that I have Joe in the morning here, and then I'll go to qualifiers and qualify a dozen or so, and then I'll run to the golf course and play 18 holes, and then I'll jump in the shower, and then I'll go back to the track and race 16. That's a brutal day.
This is good for him because of the injuries he's had in the past. And since I've been working with him, I tell you what, he's in the best shape he's ever been in. So probably put another 10, 15 years on your career.
No, no chance.
Keep it on your chest, throw your legs back, throw the way forward, stand up 5 times. That's it. Back straight. Snap it. Good. Deeper, Dave, on your swing. That's it. Arm out. Keep it up. Keep that arm right there. The heater on down here?
It's on, believe me.
All right. Because I'm cold.
It's cooking.
I'm too cold. What's it on? 78? Snap them. Ah, Josie.
Wow, I don't know any of those horses. I got a triple backup. I've hit rock bottom. You know what, Gary? Whichever one looks the best of the 3. Surprised me.
That's it, Dave. Intense. Hands behind, pinch the shoulder blades. Dave said, I want to get done. Straighten them legs. Good job.
Don't try this at home.
Take it easy.
Where are they at?
Reading their books. See, on my closet door, I have horseshoes hanging.
Bethann, are we going to the barn next?
Yeah, we gotta feed and turn them out.
Okay. These are Elena's fishies. Where are they at, Lane? Yeah. The other 4, I guess, we've had since we moved here. Do you want to show the guys how you go down the slide and Daddy catches you?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, you want to help me put the robot in?
Yeah.
Press the button.
Look at the robot, Mommy.
Yeah.
Here's your ball, Lane.
You want your ball?
Here's your ball.
Let me hold your whip.
Okay, Lena, you want to show them how you dunk it?
And you have the ball.
Who wants to dunk it first?
Me.
Okay. Sophie, do you want to dunk it?
You
Yeah, I have a ball.
have a ball.
Sophie's turn. There we go. Count it. The horses are up at the driving range. The big, ugly Roman-nosed horse is Bergerac. And the other horse, he won yesterday. Wit and Wisdom. So he's deserving his day off. Bergerac. My golf game has not gotten any better in the last 10 years. I 10 years ago got down to around a 5 or 6 handicap, and I thought, boy, this game, I love this game. I'm just going to practice a little bit and get down to scratch. And I never did. Never got any better. Stay at the same level. which is fine because the guys I play with don't get any better either. So, wow, this is pressure. Not too bad. Good drive. Really good.
Say, this is my horse, Justin. You gave him a big kiss this morning. Say, that's my boy. This is Elena's horse. He's 20 years old.
We have some spoiled fat horses that race for no money, but we've got all kind of ribbons to show you.
There's Jakey. Hey, good boy, Jake. He's 15.
It was the greatest last minute call I ever got in my life. Tron called me about 4 hours before the race and they wouldn't let him drive to Jarmo. So I had to line up a plane within an hour's time and get to Pocono and jump on the horse and go. So that was about the easiest 12.5 I ever made in my life.
Pastor Stephen pulls the pocket. It's DeJarmbro with the lead by about a length and a half. Now Palone asking for more. DeJarmbro responding. Pastor Stephen is not gaining here. Look at DeJarmbro trotting out. Mesmerizing performance by DeJarmbro.
I'm spreading manure, Rich. And this is the low life here. Can you believe this? He doesn't really do this for mommy.
You don't?
No.
Never.
Only when I'm looking for points. It's Autumn Magic. She raced a couple nights ago and won. And the horse on the right is Bergerac. He raced, I'm not sure when he raced. I don't think I drove him his last start. I got one little girl that's a UFO girl and the other one's a spider girl. So come on, come on, Lena. That's my brother, Michael. That is about as good looking a horse as you'll ever see. His name's School Kids. And he won the Invitational, I believe, his last start. I'm pretty proud of Michael. You know, I get all the ink and stuff, but he's had a pretty good career himself. Your horse is coming next. Your horse is coming next. This is Elena's. Get him, Joes. You guys ready? Okay. Let's go up the arena. Normally I guess I shouldn't say normal day, I would go to Pike Inn and enjoy like a nice quiet breakfast by myself or with just Bethann. As you can see, this is the daddy's girl right here. Yeah. This is kind of a break for me sometimes too. I come over here with my coffee in the chair and I usually get to sit down like 2 minutes before I get Paige to swing.